Rick Santelli standing by at the CME in Chicago, and the numbers aren't coming out for a little while, Rick, but you can opine on whatever you want. We've got some yen issue. A lot of people talking about the yen today.
Yeah, I think the yen's important. I think historically the Japanese understand that intervention is a very short-lived scenario. Yes, you might be able to reverse it from above 160 back down to 156, but it doesn't last long. And the challenges are that over time, of course, the notion of how much it costs to support one's currency versus any type of lasting effects in the marketplace, it just doesn't work. But the Japanese have really no choice here with the interest rate disparities between their country and many of the other economic horsepowered economies. I can't see any way around this. Of course, they're an export economy. It helps. And the ECI for the first quarter is hitting the wires. We're expecting up 1%. But, boy, this one's definitely coming in warmer. 1.2%. 1.2%. And there's something magical, Joe, about 1.2%. Pre-COVID, that was the high in this series. And it was in 2003, March of 2003, that it was established. This number series began in 1996. So to be back up here, 1.2 equals where we were in the first quarter of last year. To find a higher number, you have to go to the second quarter of 22 when it was 1.3. And the quarter before that, it was at the all-time high at 1.4. We all know what's going on here. I mean, the employment cost index, I'm not sure exactly how the effects of some of the issues, for example, on the West Coast, where they raised the price they're paying employees, especially at fast food services, minimum wage. All of this, of course, is playing into the notion of how much it costs these days to pay employees and all the pressure. You know, if you want to pay somebody $100 an hour to work at a fast food place, don't be surprised when the hamburgers cost $50. That seems to be something going on. And very quickly, Joe, I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while. Hard to recognize the country. They're trying to stop what? Companies from renting and buying homes, industrial corporate policy. It's almost like they've outlawed mergers. Global wealth tax. I don't know, 809 years ago, there was something called the Magna Carta. Maybe Congress ought to reread it. Non-compete clauses. Boy, the government's got their schnoz in pretty much everything, Joe. Back to you.
Yeah, I saw that today on the... It's going to be a slow creep, but there's some people want us apparently headed there, which is mind-boggling. We're going to need oh no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say no taxation without representation. We wouldn't have any in a global wealth tax, and we might need a tea party, but that's your line. I'm not even going to say it, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Tea Party, Freedom Caucus, whatever you want to call it. You know, I know that they all seem to get black eyes lately for sticking to their principles. You know, we're all supposed to be what? Wishy-washy, go with the polls. What do the polls say? Sometimes you have to be big enough to overlook the polls, okay? Senators like Marco Rubio, I might not agree with him on everything, but I certainly do give some of these politicians credit for having principles, standing by things when it gets tough. I haven't even mentioned universities. That's such an embarrassment, I'm not even going to go there.